Do you know what a defense mechanism is? When you look at denial, it's one of the most common defense mechanisms that you'll see in a family. Early defense mechanisms are learned often in childhood because they're used to protect someone, to deny and distort reality if it's too painful, or it could be conceived as a threat to a child, or they don't have the resources to address the problem or the threat. So they can be very beneficial early in life as learned behavior, but over time, you want to be able to move more into reality and truth. And if adults carry defense mechanisms too far into their life, they can become quite dysfunctional because we know biblically that we need to have the truth and that will set us free. So anything that denies or distorts reality can cause us some problems. So if you have a loved one that's living in denial, you want to help them be restored and set free of some of their dysfunctional thinking. One of the best ways to do that is you keep a good relationship with them and try not to get angry at them or shut down the door of communication. You don't want to abandon them. You don't want to threaten them. One of the best treatment models for people in recovery, it's called the CRAFT, the Community Reinforcement and Family Therapy Approach. And it's an excellent tool, has a very high rate of recovery and healing for people that are struggling with mental health and addiction problems. So when you see this defense mechanism, and we'll talk about other mechanisms, we want you to still continue to see your medical doctor and also possibly a licensed psychotherapist, a psychiatrist, whatever it takes. This teaching doesn't take the place of those resources. It's meant for educational. One of the things I most often ask people to do is take what you can leave and use the rest. And that's a recovery statement and principle. So you want to have a good relationship with your loved one. Try to keep the doors of communication open to them. Keep them with healthy boundaries also. If they have problems and sometimes they have pain, you want them to experience some of the difficulties of their decision making. And one of the later videos I'll do will be on the CRAFT approach. That will help teach you how to manage and help someone in recovery. But particularly with denial, you want people to go back into a situation of truth and reality so that they can address what's happening in their life. We really can't change something if we don't acknowledge it in the first place. Now, it's not our job to force that acknowledgement onto the person, but we can use motivational interviewing type questions to ask them. Like, why are you here today meeting with a counselor? Can you tell me what problems has been associated with your drinking? What happens to you when you go off of your medication? Tell me what happened the last 3 or 4 times that this happened. So you can use questioning to try to bring about an awareness with your loved one or client so that they can come to a point where they're starting to have an awareness and a aha moment where they acknowledge what's going on. So you want to approach people with these techniques of motivational interviewing, keeping a healthy relationship with them, addressing their concerns, try to get them into a recovery program, try to get them into a program that is designed as best practices, meaning that it has research and evaluations behind them, and they work very well with people that have mental health disorders and also addictions. So I'll be bringing about some more teachings on defense mechanisms. This will help you get a better understanding of what you're addressing within your family system. Remember that the family system itself is a tremendous resource in healing and recovery for a loved one and even individuals and yourself. Thank you, and I'll see you later. This is Restoration Family.